do you guys remember when I said my friend wanted me to take her to like a meeting, that happened today. That happened a few hours ago, and it went swell. And I believe I expressed sentiment that I kind of was just hoping that she would no longer reach out afterwards. I'm conflicted about those type of thoughts now, those type of desires, because I had a good visit with her. That's the first time, like where I genuinely had a good visit with her, where it was genuine back and forth, where each thing she was saying was complimenting the things I was responding with, and vice versa. That kicked off different conversations in the visit. Um, it was very good back and forth. Because it consisted of things that I could tell that she was holding in and carrying as a heavy burden, and maybe me as well. I also feel bad for her because her friend group, my former classmates, they were sort of being mean to her because of her actions to even though she still smokes weed, to abstain from alcohol and to take her beginnings initial steps into recovery sobriety, and that was brought up with one of the friends, and then one of the friends was sort of dismissive, and this friend in particular is still in active use, still is still drinking, you know. And I was like, man, this she probably feels so alone right now, because she also has problems with her family. Same with me, if if you guys knew my family, you guys be like, damn, this dude comes from a little Resident Evil ass family, bro. And I genuinely wish I was exaggerating, but I'm not. Um, yeah. And the main conflict and contradiction that I'm walking with is I had a good visit, I had a good time with her. Got to catch up, got to talk about um burning desires, as they call it in the recovery space. And that's any little thing that you need to get out of your chest, that they ask at the end of the meeting before they end it with the Serenity Prayer or with the Our Father. Um, and that conversation, that visit we had, it was full of bright desires, and it was so great. I enjoyed it. Um, but a slight part of me still maybe wishes that she doesn't really contact me as much, and it fades out. But now a part of me, since that visit was so good, that wishes that maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I'm so conflicted now, and I'm pissed off. It's a blatant and heavy contradiction to walking and carry with, even though I'm a walking contradiction myself, Um, and and I swear, like I'll set boundaries with someone, or I'll be like, I don't really mess with this person. But then later on, I in the past, and then I feel bad, and then I realize, this person's all right. It's like every time I've done that, where like I don't mess with somebody. Then I'm like, I'm good, I'm not developing a relationship with them. Then it's like, oh, they're kind of cool. Like, dang, now you feel like a jerk for even thinking that. It's like that, bro. That's happened to me nearly every time. And it's like, this shit is so fucking frustrating to me, bro. I hate that fucking happens. And in the past, I've been made to be like I've been made out to be like a dick for doing that. In reality, there's nothing wrong with that. You know? What the fuck is he doing there? Weird ass boy. And I hate being an asshole or feel like an asshole, bro, because I'm a good dude. I like to think of myself as a good dude, bro. Just I hate that conflict, that contradiction, that especially a relational contradiction like that. A relational and perception contradiction. I hate doing that. Personality contradictions, cognitive contradictions, emotional, eh, cognitive, but like dealing with a perception of somebody, an opinion. I hate that. You know what I mean? You ever
I didn't ask.
seen
Fuck the
somebody?
global cop.
You ever seen somebody that you thought, wasn't the most, you didn't think they were the most attractive person in the world, but you're like, I don't know, like, you're ugly, but you're cute, you know what I mean? Like, you're cute, but I don't, those type, I don't have feelings for her, but I'm just giving an analogy, where someone that you're not even attracted to, you don't even find attractive, but like, yet you're attracted to them. You're like, what's up with that, It's like those type of feelings, those type of contradictions, those categories of contradictions I really hate. And I struggle with those type a lot. And dude, like, I was like, man, why is she talking to me about all these shit? She was talking to me about other personal things, which made up the burning desires. And I was like, why is she talking to me about this? What made her open up about this? You know what I mean? Why does she feel
What
does
happened to
she
my
feel
fucking slide?
does she feel safe in confiding me with about this stuff? And why me? Why me specifically, bro? You know? Uh, I hate it. I hate it. Why am I that guy? I don't. And the fear is, I have such a trauma brain, bro. My mind is all over the place all the time. And dude, like I get fears that I'll become an emotional, not crutch, but an emotional rock for somebody, because I had to do that for many, many years. Um, and I had to do that for an exceptionally abusive person that I had to be around for many, many, several years and put up with the abuse while at the same time having to be this person's emotional backbone to be supportive of them for safety's sake, to ensure the safety of my family, bro. And I had to be around this demon, this evilness, and I had to be supportive and loving around this, frankly, you know unwell person, you know for several years, bro. I had to do that. And it brings up those type of thoughts. It, that was a terrible time in my life. And it makes me, a lot of people, I'm willing to bet that a lot of people
Damn it.
assume that they'll see like a PG, they'll see like a, I did terrible.
Job.
That is so bad. They'll assume that a person with trauma views and perceives their abuser as like F that guy, F that person. But a lot of the times trauma survivors view the person that was abusive toward them with pity, with sadness, with hopelessness, with hurt, with dread. They feel bad for them, and that's how I am with my abuser. And then I'm projecting. I don't know if I'm projecting those feelings onto her because of the feelings of emotionally holding someone for several years that's abusive to you onto her, or or if it's not that and it's just those feelings, those very, very strong feelings coming up and reminding me of that. either way, I feel like I'm in a tough spot, bro. And also, man, I have to give it to her. I gotta give her props because that was her first ever AA meeting, and she shared. She hit the ground running. There have been multiple I've been to many AA meetings when I was new to AA, and I didn't share for the longest time, bro. I was like Hancock, he always passed, when he's in prison. That's how I was. But she hit the ground running, bro. Like very vulnerable, and that was the first time I heard her say that she's an alcoholic, bro. It was very cool, and it was at a nice, packed meeting. It was packed yet intimate, and I thought that was a beautiful mix. I hadn't experienced that in a meeting in a very long time. And then a bunch of people were even coming up to us and thanking us for our share. Whoa! I was talking in the mic, bro. That was so embarrassing. You dummy. And yeah, they were coming up to us after the meeting, thanking us for their shares. And yeah, it was really cool. Yeah, she lucked out. I took her to a really good meeting too. Really good spot. And I'm so fucking conflicted, bro. Man, I am so tired too. I stayed up all night. What are you doing spinning? What am I doing just camping there? And bro, like, also, dude. Also, I remember, like a couple weeks ago, prior to taking her to the AA meeting, I was talking to my therapist about this, and she was like, "Well, maybe she looks up to you. Maybe that's a perspective you could take. Maybe she trusts you. Maybe she trusts you, and she wants you specifically because she looks up to you and everything. Guard me. But bro, I don't know. I can't imagine anyone older than me looking up to me, bro. Can't. I seriously can't imagine it at all. I don't even know where that dude's at.
Bro, where's my team at? Are we mid-map? What are we doing mid-map?
Yeah, dude, I cannot fathom anybody like looking up to me as if. But the friends, giving her silent treatment, being dismissive of her not wanting to drink, bro. Like, they see that. They see that she's holding up a mirror. She's holding up a mirror to what they might want to be doing, but not. But they're not committing to it. They're not wanting to do it. They're not wanting to give it up, even though they have a desire to. And I was like, wow. I just hope she has a good support system. And then the fucked up thing is, like, I'm like, yeah, I hope she has a good support system, but just not me. Ain't that fucked?
You gotta do it. You gotta work a little hard to earn that iPad time, okay? So you did that today with your
Yeah,
bike
I gotta
ride.
work hard for that iPad time. You
Okay.
tell them. Ugh. Yeah, it's definitely time for me to get off.